Hey everybody, and welcome back. So I just drove all the way down here to Spanish Fork. It's about an hour and 10-minute drive from what is normally a 15-minute flight. So you can imagine that was not as much fun as flying would be. But I'm here at the hangar. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna try and heat it up a little bit because it's only 30 degrees outside right now. And as soon as I have any information or an update on what's wrong with the airplane, I'll let you know. So we'll see you inside. All right, guys, so what we found out today is that we're gonna need some new parts. So if you wanna take a look down in this tail, you'll see how dirty and grungy and everything is from 5,000 hours of use over the past few years, well, past 40 some years. So what we did today is we pulled out the parts, undid the turnbuckles inside the aircraft, and pulled out the jack screws that control the horizontal stabilizer. When we did that, we found that it freed up the trim and narrowed it down to this. So here's our culprit. These are the jack screws, and there's two of them. These turn up and down in this way, which raises and lowers the elevator or the horizontal stabilizer to give me trim. Inside of them, as you can see here, is a screw. That screw is ran by a chain that comes from the trim wheel inside the airplane to that sprocket and then goes across to this one, which are a foot apart, and that goes up and down. Should work real easily. Well, what happens is when something is loose like that one, and I think this one's even worse, you can see the amount of play in that. It just locked up the chain. It gave up. It said it's done. So we're gonna get online and order some new parts. For those of you that don't own an airplane, you're gonna realize really fast that things aren't cheap. Just to rebuild these, not replace, rebuild, $1,800 in parts. So, if you're thinking about buying an airplane, keep in mind that things aren't cheap. So we'll get online tonight. We'll order the parts. Hopefully they'll be here in the next few days. We'll get things put back together. If you want to take a step back and look at the side of the airplane, it's tore apart right now. So we have a lot of work to do, and we'll get it put back together and hopefully flying within the week. So. All right, so I know I said that the vlog was over, but I just got the opportunity to go show you guys a friend of mine's hangar. He's got some pretty amazing airplanes, and while I'm here, I thought you might like to see him. So let's drive over there and I'll show you what he's got. I think you'll really enjoy it. See you in a second. It's an 82 serial number, built in 81.
I looked up the times. I haven't flown it for a while. I'm embarrassed. I don't even want to say, but I got banged up a year last year. But
that's what I heard. I was looking at is that the spar off that Cub?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It broke in 2 places.
This thing is a cream puff. I love it.
This thing's only got 1,500 hours total time on it.
1,500 hours total time.
Still a baby. Yeah, and I did everything firewall forward, but I've got the turbo on. I got.
It's normalized turbo, right?
It's TurboTech.
TurboTech.
A lot of people don't like
300 horse IO 550 with the turbo, with normalized. It's an absolute beast. And it's in great shape.
I'll tell you what, this thing will pull full power at 18,000 feet.
Yeah, 18,000 feet full, 300 horsepower. Guess you'd need that up here with these big beasts of pontoons on board. I mean, honestly, this airplane exterior looks like it could have rolled off the showroom floor yesterday.
Don't go off the step, just let's do a touch and go. We just barely got off the water, and I said, we don't have enough power. It was doing fine. 1,500 feet below.
I know he's considering selling it if anybody is looking for a cream puff. It's amazing. I don't know if he's set a price yet, but if you're interested, you can reach out to me and I'll pass the info along. It's not going to be, well, at this point it's not advertised at all, but it would be one amazing airplane. It's pretty standard interior, but it's all in great shape. I'll climb up there in just a second and take some video of it, but you know, nothing crazy, no glass panels or anything like that, you know, so there's room for upgrades if that's what you like. Me, I kind of like to keep the standard lightweight VFR stuff for now. That might change in the future, but what an amazing airplane.
The biggest thing with a float plane is to get it up on the step.
I can tell you what, man, this guy's hangar is unreal. It's, you know, I've seen hangars with jets and hangars with, you know, other amazing stuff in it, but for me, that 185, that Maul back there, which is experimental, so he can do anything he wants, and then this Pawnee, you don't see a Pawnee bush plane very often, and this one has landed some pretty crazy spots, like 45-degree incline. Yeah, let's not forget that the guy's an amazing pilot. He had an accident last year in a Super Cub where the spar broke on him, so the whole wing on his right side broke up and almost off. NTSB has gone through it, and they've narrowed it down to this point right here, I do believe. And the original owner built this back spar, and he put lightning holes into it, and almost cost James his life. There's a hole right here that they used, you know, to put other attachment to these little screws in. Well, as we all know, or some may not, that aluminum under vibration, a circle sometimes like this will cause a crack. Well, that crack, what we believe is that crack opened up right here and caused this spar to break like this in flight, and it was a really bad day. He said that his right wing, he looked over and it was flopping. The whole wing was just out there, up and down. He started into a big, we call it a spin, but a big circle. Had his girlfriend and dog and camping gear on board, and you know, the guy kept his control, which is amazing. And as he was descending at a high rate, he figured out that if he kept some back pressure on the stick, it widened out his circle, and he did that at the right time, right as he hit the ground, and it probably saved their lives. He ended up with a whole bunch of injuries. I think his girlfriend broke her back. You know, he still is walking with a limp today, but just the fact that he's alive is pretty amazing. You know, Bob Hoover, which is a hero of mine, always said that you fly the airplane till it stops moving. And, you know, we read reports of people that will panic and something goes wrong, they freeze up and just ride the airplane to the ground. Well, you know, it's a good thing to remember in cases like this. It probably saved his life that he didn't do that. He flew the airplane and, you know, tried to control it with what was given to him, and it probably saved his life. But thank God he's here to show us some of these amazing airplanes. All right, guys. Well, I know I said it once already, but I'm going to call it a night here. Hope you enjoyed the tour and the info on the airplane. We'll talk to you tomorrow.